What's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you have tested negative. If you did test positive, I hope you have a full and speedy recovery with no long COVID issues. It is time now for the Wednesday edition of the Pandemic Update for Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. If you're new to my channel, this is where we do the daily pandemic update on all things COVID and any other virus that could be a threat to you. If you want to see more content like this, such as our Out in the Wild updates or our data-filled updates, which we do from home, yes, check them out. We actually do one almost just about every day. We haven't missed one since November or December. I know, we've done a lot of updates because it's all to keep you informed about what's going on with this pandemic, and so we can all get through this together. If you want to see more content like this, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe down below, and of course, help more people see this by sharing my videos with anyone you know. Alrighty, today we're coming to you from Out in the Wild. I said we may be doing one of these this week, and here we are. So several different little things we want to talk about. First, I have to update you on the dental issue I've been having. So I finally did find a dentist, and I had that appointment today after jumping through hoops and ladders with my insurance company, because apparently they have a list on their website. It's DentaQuest. Have you ever heard of them? I'm not afraid to mention them. It's DentaQuest. Apparently they have a list. You can search in your area for dentists that are covered by your insurance. Well, it turns out that list is very outdated, and a lot of the dentists on that list, you call them up, they have either never heard of DentaQuest, or DentaQuest is just not covering them anymore. I know, it's totally ridiculous. I'm on through the government. There's a program in Pennsylvania. Each state has its own different thing, but I have the government health insurance, and then I have government for, I believe that's how I found this DentaQuest. But, yep, so I went to the dentist this morning, and to my surprise, they were masking. Now, they weren't wearing these lovely N95s. They were wearing surgical masks, but they were masking, and I was happy about that. So, they hand me the tablet. I fill out some information. Before I could even finish that, I was like maybe a quarter of the way through. They called me back already. They took x-rays on my teeth. They did quite a few. The dental assistant said, "It's picture day on your teeth." I'm like, okay. So they actually did like 20 different pictures. Turns out he saw something on the left, but the dentist came in and says, there's nothing really there. But they were seeing some previous fillings, and they did a bunch of tests where, they poke on your teeth, and something else I never saw before, where they take this thing that steams to see if it causes any pain, and nothing wrong with my teeth. But what she did find was that my gums seemed to be a little bit inflamed over here, and she said it's possible that maybe I hit a nerve when I was eating something. So, that's not good. But what she said was, we're going to do the deep clean, we're going to clean your teeth, and hopefully that should help alleviate the pain within a day or two. Obviously, when they do a deep cleaning, sometimes your gums are inflamed for a little while, so that is the case, and hopefully in a couple days it gets better. If not, I'm supposed to call them back, so we'll see how that goes. Interesting to note, they did have air purifiers there, but unfortunately they were not turned on, and I didn't want to go through the whole spiel about asking them to, because I just wanted to get out of there. And they were fairly quick with everything. I didn't have to wait at all. So that was good. All right, moving on now. I want to talk about where we are with this winter wave. We're on the backside of this winter wave of COVID now. And COVID cases, while they're dropping, many people who have recently been infected with COVID are just now starting your long COVID journey. And I thought I would offer some advice for that, because I know where you stand. I know how it feels to be dealing with long COVID. 2020, I had a suspected case of COVID. Without a doubt, I'm 99% sure that it was COVID at this point. I don't want to say 100% because, well, I didn't have a test. I guess we'll never know for sure, but I had all the classic symptoms. Food did not taste well. Food tastes like eating this delivery bag right here. It just tasted awful back when I first had COVID. The only thing I didn't have was a fever. But the point I'm trying to make is, I briefly recovered somewhat, but never fully. And then I had issues that started after that. A lot of people right now are going through that. Maybe it is you. Maybe you have clicked on to this video here. And maybe you're saying, yeah, you know what? I just had COVID. I was just positive for COVID. And, I still don't feel right. Something's off. Trust me. I know what that's like. And then about a month or two after COVID, things got worse. I started to become out of breath big time. I would make deliveries for DoorDash 2020, and then, well, I took off the rest of 2020 because of the issues, but 2021, I would just feel so out of breath. I would be delivering to some places that had steep driveways or steep steps, and at the end, I would be completely out of breath. If you're dealing with that right now, I know where you're coming from. If you're about to talk to your doctor, there's something you really need to do. Hopefully, you have on record that you had a positive COVID case. I did not have that on my record back in 2020. And, well, I didn't actually finally see a doctor in 2021 because, quite frankly, I was afraid of going to the doctor because, we were still in such an uncertain time. Like, I'll just let this ride and I'll just sit out and not do anything for a while. And, well, maybe hopefully this will get better. Well, 2021 came around. It didn't get any better, and I actually had a couple scary incidents, and I said, okay, I'm going to seek the doctor, such as you're probably about to do right now if you're watching this. And I didn't have a positive COVID test. Yeah, no positive COVID test. And I explained my issues, how I get out of breath. I also explained how I was having a GI issue, the swallowing issue. You might have heard me mention about that on the channel before. And yeah, and I'm saying, well, I'm pretty sure I had COVID in early 2020. She says, oh no, COVID didn't exist in the East. COVID didn't really start coming till the second half of March. COVID at the time, she said, was only on the West Coast back in the early day. I'm like, well, hello? Did you not see New York? New York City was just going up crazy with hospitalizations. So, yeah, COVID was here in the East. We just didn't have the testing to find it. Hello? Anywho, because I did not have a COVID test, I got completely blown off. And it got to the point, you know what? I said to myself, all right, that's it. This is not getting any better. Guess what I'm going to do? Guess what? I'm going to switch doctors. Now, you, the ones who are watching this, if you recently had COVID, you might have a better advantage than me. You likely have a positive COVID test. Now, if you did it from the Rapids at home, that's maybe not as accurate, but if you did it from the Rapids at home, maybe if you still have that Rapid, take a picture of it. If you did a PCR, make sure you have any documentation of that. Save it. That's your golden ticket. You know how Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you know what movies I'm talking about. He gets the golden ticket and he gets to go toward a factory. Well, guess what? Your golden ticket here is for your doctor to say, oh, well, yeah, maybe it was from the COVID. Because you have proof that you had COVID. And if you have proof that you had COVID, they may actually listen to you a little more. And if they still won't listen to you, here's a piece of advice. Now, this is not something I did at the time. We were in the early days of the pandemic. But if I was starting right now, this is something I would do. I would be getting online, pulling up COVID studies for the issues that you're having, and presenting that to your doctor saying, wait a second here, you're telling me this can't be from COVID? Well, here's a study that's maybe it's a peer-reviewed study. Here's a study right here that is proof that COVID can cause GI issues. Trust me, I know what that's like. COVID does cause GI issues, and I had someone tell me, a specialist just a month and a half ago telling me, COVID does not cause GI issues. Maybe you're short of breath. Maybe you're younger, my age, and maybe you're feeling like you aged 20 or 30 years. Yeah, I know what that's like too, because the doctor said to me, oh, well, at the time I was 31 years old. The doctor says, you're 31 years old. There should be nothing wrong with you. I'm not seeing, what do you want me to do? There's nothing wrong with, and it wasn't the doctor, it was actually the physician's assistant. I'm like, what? I said, this is just ridiculous. Telling me there's nothing wrong after having an infection? And we're now learning these days that other viruses can also cause long-term issues. There is now a thing called long flu. But I must advise you, there was also another study out about that recently that now says, while yes, long flu is real, long COVID is much more severe and worse than long flu. Yeah, that's right. Long COVID is more severe than long flu. Where am I coming from with all this? If you're being gaslighted by your doctor, change doctors. Change doctors. Call up your insurance company, and you might have to jump through hoops and ladders. Find another doctor that is covered under your plan and switch. Find someone who will listen to you. If you can find someone who will listen to you and your problems and is willing to work with you with your problems, you found someone that you want to keep as your doctor, and they will help you with long COVID. I switched back to a doctor that I had when I was a kid. It's a long story why I stopped seeing him. I was fine for a long time. Then he switched offices, and then I had to go see a doctor for something about 5-6 years ago. So I went to my parents' doctor, and well, that's what happened. And now I said, you know what? Let me find where he is today. Let me switch back to him. Maybe he can help me. He did. He helped me. He got me on a path to a series of specials. I went to several different. I went to an allergist. I went to a pulmonologist / sleep doctor. Now I'm on a treatment plan. If you're having trouble with long COVID, maybe you just got long COVID, follow these steps that I just told you. Present to your doctor that, hey, you just had COVID. Tell them everything. If they're not believing you, show some studies. Because there's a lot of doctors right now. They're busy. They're not spending time keeping up to date on the latest medical information when it comes to COVID. Because they may feel, oh, well, it's just a cold now. It's just mild. You're vaccinated. You're fine. No. I know there's new studies saying vaccine does reduce the risk of long COVID. And I'll admit, it probably does. But there are still people who get long COVID despite being vaccinated and boosted. Being vaccinated and boosted is not an automatic, you're vaccinated and boosted. It'll be mild. You'll be fine. No, it's not. COVID impacts everyone differently. And everyone needs to be treated individually because it's impacting them individually different from another person. I could have major complications while you end up fine. You could have major complications while I end up fine. That's the way COVID works. It's not, well, the way it is for me is the way it's going to be for you. I'm not going to take it serious. It's just a cough. My friend Johnny just had a cough. That's all COVID is. Ho, ho, ho. It's no big deal. Yeah, you go on joking like that. You keep going on joking like that. Watch what happens. What if you're one of the unlucky ones that goes on to develop long COVID? It's not so funny then, is it? Trying to walk up those steps and being out of breath, completely out of breath, feeling like you aged 20 to 30 years, feeling like, what the heck is going on here? Because I knew back when I first started with long COVID, I knew that I was not young and healthy 31-year-old person that I was claimed to be. I knew that I was developing asthma. Didn't find out about it until 3 years later that, oh, I have moderate asthma. I'm like, yep, I suspected it. So if you suspect something is wrong post-COVID infection, go out and get it checked out. And if you feel like whatever someone said to you is incorrect or they're gaslighting you, go get a second opinion. Go find someone that will listen to you. It's quite hard to do, to be honest with you. But I did it, and you need to do it too, because guess what? We cannot just normalize people feeling unwell, feeling constantly sick, feeling out of breath, feeling constantly tired, feeling like their chest is on fire or chest pain, all these different things. I mean, maybe you're getting dizzy. Maybe you're getting confused post-COVID. Let's face it. Some people are dealing with short memory loss. I haven't mentioned this on the channel too much, but unfortunately my dad started to deal with short memory loss. I don't know if it's from his COVID infection or if it's genetic, because if you've been following me long enough, you know I was a caregiver, well, over 10 years ago now. We'll say it started 14 years ago. It lasted 4 years. I caregive to someone with Alzheimer's, dementia. It's not easy. And I feel there's going to be a lot of people that have to deal with that post-COVID infection, especially with our elderly population, because we know COVID can cause brain issues. Okay? So in conclusion today, If you feel like you're just still unwell post-COVID infection, and you feel like, things are just not right, I don't feel like myself anymore, go get checked out. And if you become gaslighted and they say, oh, it's not COVID, you're fine, blah, 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 it's time to say, you know what? I'll see you later. I'm going to find someone else. And research your issues, pull up the information, pull up the studies, and present it to the person, the physician, the specialist that you're seeing, and see if they will work with you to help make yourself feel better. I know we don't have a lot of treatment out there, but by golly, I think we can get more treatment in the works if people will actually start caring about what's going on instead of just pushing people off to the side, brushing it on the rug, or thinking it's something else. Because guess what? Chances are, if you're unwell after COVID with something that you never had before, it's because of the virus, and it's not because of the vaccine or anything else. There's people out there that will tell you, oh, well, you're not having problems because of COVID. You take the vax, that's what it is. Everyone I know who took the vax has problems. That's a bunch of hogwash. This virus started causing problems for people before the vaccine. I got long COVID before the vaccine. My infection was 2020. There was no COVID vaccine in 2020. Okay? That's all I want to say into today's rant. It was a long one, but you know what? It was stuff that needed to be said. Maybe you learned something. Maybe if you just started out your journey with long COVID, I really have sympathy for you. I hope you get some answers, and I hope you get better. I really hope you get some treatment. Maybe they can find something, because there are certain treatments that are already in existence that we're finding may have benefits for people with long COVID. Now, I can't talk about what they are, nor do I know what all of them are, but I am hearing stories of some people that are trying different things that are working for them. That's fantastic, but let's face it, we got a long way to go. We need to find a lot more treatment. We need to do more research. We need to stop gaslighting COVID and stop brushing people off. If someone's unwell, we need to have them treated for it, and we need to find out what's going on and find out what works to make them feel better. Alrighty, folks, thanks for watching this pandemic update. I know it was a bit different today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you all again next time. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic Wednesday evening, and if you're now suffering with long COVID, I really hope you get better. I truly mean it. See you all again next time. Thanks for watching.